Hello again, everyone. I am home early from work. Figured since I'm home early, I might as well go ahead and make use of a few things. So, figured we'll go ahead and jumpstart the whole day. So, I know I said that we'd be actually doing this a little bit differently today, such as basically, I also just now realized that my screen is extremely tiny. Give me a quick second here to quickly change that, but. As that's currently going on, basically I figured I'd take this time to actually try and find that demon skull. So, for those of you that are aware, spent probably about 30 minutes looking for that thing. Didn't exactly find it, but nonetheless, gonna find it this time. So, let's proceed on. So basically, according to the map, it states that it should be somewhere along the water's edge, even though we've already found, spirits here in the water, and a few other things. We've already searched this entire cove here, right here, along here, so nothing there, nothing up there, so I'm just going to keep on searching along the coastline. I'm going to assume, basically, because this is completely eroded, that it might actually be somewhere along here. Or somewhere near the actual stuff that I already found. So, like, we already found the spirits, so there's nothing there. And then, for those of you as well, that are also curious, I managed to find out the console command, since I couldn't get one additional thing set up, which allows me to keep the little icon cursor on here for me to actually use the bow. So that's kind of a bit nice. Wait, set. Set.
It looks genuine, but I'm not capable of judging.
Yay, we found it! Alright, so where do I need to take this? Oh. It's all the way over there. Okay. Well, help with healing the sick in the monastery. Get the healing herbs for Schmick. Should find out. Mention some purple herb. Purple herb. Actually, before I run down there, I'm gonna try and see if I can. Almost sounds like it's like this sort of purple herbies. So let's check the. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Alright, so we gotta find a purple herb. Not purple. Thistle, which adds stamina but reduces speech. This is a miraculous medicine against various ailments and plague, especially in water. It gives relief from pain and poisoning, and in ale restores the appetite. In wine, it dulls the man's wits and should not be thus imbibed. Yeah, I also don't think it's thistle, so we'll keep searching. Manthus mint. He who muls wine with mint and drinks it the morning cannot that day be intoxicated by another drink. It is rarely found in nature, but rather alongside houses and in gardens cultivated. Improves speech, dispels fatigue, but increases hunger. Yeah, it's not that. Actually, old wives said to protection for the sickness. The apothecary against headache is not recommended for lay folk to pick or use it, for it's poisonous and induces nausea and sleep, though rarely does the poisoning end in death, unless it be with other poisonous mixed. Perhaps sage, then? An aromatic herb for fumigation and brewing potions of all kinds. It drives away insects as well as evil spirits. Too much inhalation induces prophetic dreams. Whoever drinks sage shall have less headaches after alcohol. Whoever drinks too much shall become dull-witted. Whoever drinks it in moderation and brewed in the right combination shall gain strength in battle. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's sage. Septarium comfrey. Got some comfrey, so let's go ahead and try this out. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and save this just in case.
It's you. Hopefully I have what you need.
Thank you. With any luck, I'll soon be feeling better. If you find the time, stop by to see me in a few days.
Henry?
How are the sick and wounded faring? I don't think there's anything more I can do for them.
I know. And you helped the best you could. All we can do now is pray for the souls of the departed.
Aha, it's you.
I see you look much better.
No, I feel much better. Then I heard it was all down to you. Thank you. If you ever need to know about anything that's going on in Sasau, come and see me. There's nothing much happens here without my knowledge. Thomas is my name.
Actually, since I'm already here,
God be with you, Henry.
just sleep until the morning after I supposedly read a book. Or did I already read that book? I think I already did, yeah. I'll admit it's kind of unusual to come home and not really have have a meal or anything. So. Alright, now we can finally get this stole appraised. Please, somebody says it's phony. I mean, we can always say it's a phony. It's a big fat phony!
Could do with a bite to eat.
Actually, I should also see the armor smith. I do need to get all my crap repaired.
Good day to you.
Can you show me how to repair armor and weapons better?
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Okay, so I guess the artisan and them don't do anything. Well, that's a hard lesson to learn. Let's go ahead and see if we can actually repair any of this. Where's the kit? There we go. Armor's kit. Let's go with one that's the weakest. Well, at least I got that out of the way. And let's take this blacksmith's kit and repair dagger and hazel hunting bow. Too low for that. Oh, let's go repair that. Not exactly a fan of the Talonberg shield anyways, so we'll just let that go ahead and break off and go bye-bye. I guess I'll also need to repair my shoes.
Could do with a bite to eat.
I even in the right building? No, clearly I'm not. This is the right building.
What are you doing there? God be with you.
I found this skull. People are saying it's the skull of a demon, but I don't know.
It certainly looks like it, with the horns and all. Well, let's see. Those are deer antlers that someone's fixed to this human skull. It's not a devil, just a bit of devilry.
I'm glad to hear it's not the real thing. Someone must have put it there deliberately, knowing that's where they were due to dig.
And they put a lot of work into it, too. The horns are held on tight, even though it was lying in water. Whoever did this was skilled bugger, and no mistake.
Well then, that answers that.
My respects to you.
Let's head on back up to the monastery and sort this sucker out. Actually, maybe I should probably see... Is there a tailor around here? No, not seeing one. But there is the weaponsmith. I do need to see him.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Oh, yeah, right. I should feed. Yay, everywhere! Thank you so much for the cheer. How you doing today, buddy? What? Could you be so kind, Avalier, to actually report that to Twitch? Because I have mine marked down as mature, but I'm trying to be kid-friendly, still nonetheless, so... Oh, okay, so that was for the bits? Okay. Well, nonetheless, I still thank you so much for the bits, so I do appreciate it. I think I am 40 cents shy of initially finally getting my first check from Twitch, so I'm really looking forward to that. What the? What the? Okay.
What?
Where the hell did I go? I mean, I know that there's supposed to be a Twitch After Dark thing coming up pretty soon and all that, like, where they're allowing, you know, unbridled access to adult-only content, but that's something that they were talking about initially doing.
God be with you.
Alright, how badly did I screw the sword up? Eh, a little bad. Actually, I might as well be the one to repair it. Since I screwed it up, I'll repair it. Let's see, blacksmith kit. Here we go. Nope, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Where'd it go? I think I just dropped it. No, I didn't. I sent it to the horse, that's why. Blacksmith kit, where did you go? Here it is. I'm currently in the midst of a DUI. Operating a heavy horse while intoxicated.
Huh?
Good day to you.
The skull is a fake. Someone fixed horns on a human skull.
But where would they get a human skull? And why would they do it?
Maybe to frighten the workers? Raise the price?
But that wouldn't help anyone. It had to be some idiot's idea of a prank. An idiot who was nearly responsible for getting a man killed.
Got to find that mason. Which one was it?
Good day to you. What do you need?
Did you see the accident that happened here?
I didn't see it. I was down at the bottom and I heard something rumble and then screams. I ran up and helped to carry him out.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
Like what? A lot of people came down to see what was happening. Even a butcher dripping with blood wouldn't have attracted any attention in that mob.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Did you see the accident that happened here?
I didn't see it. I was down at the bottom and I heard something rumble and then screams.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
Well, like what? A lot of people came down to see what was happening.
Everyone says the exact same thing.
Have you seen Leszek, the scaffolder?
I saw him. What do you want with him?
I want to talk to him about the head he dug up.
Really? That's interesting.
Why?
He asked me to meet him on the scaffolding tonight, so he can tell me something important. Said he wanted to confess something.
So he did have something to do with the skull. I knew it.
Maybe. But I'd wager someone made him do it. He doesn't seem the type to come up with something like that on his own. I'm planning to go and meet him. Will you come with me?
It will be safer with the two of us. I'll go.
Very well. We'll meet at night. If I'm not down at the bottom, then look for me at the top.
All right.
Well, since my character is heavily intoxicated right now, I'm just going to have him wait it out right here. After we give him a shield just for safety's sake. Yep, there we go. And it's the waiting game. Wait, what's all the way up at the top? There's apparently something up here. Looks like a tree is up there. Okay. Curious as to why there's a tree there. Or even how the hell it got there. That's good on them. It's like trying to play Where's Waldo. Just gotta find this other guy.
Be a bit more careful. What is it?
I'm following you. Why is it that everyone is so angry at the fact that when they bump into me, they think it's my fault? Somebody just tried to kill me! It's like L.A. Noire. Gotta find out who that bastard is.
Don't kill me. I'll tell you everything.
Who sent you?
It was the Master Builder's helper. Young Smola.
What? He was supposed to be here as well.
He isn't. He went to the mill nearby when he found out Leshak was hiding out there.
Fuck. Who are you?
I'm just a worker here. He told me that if I take care of you, then he'll forgive my debts. I didn't want to, but he forced me to do it.
What am I supposed to do with you? You tried to kill me.
I was aiming to miss, on purpose. I wanted to scare you off and then say I missed. Don't kill me, please.
I'll have to punish you somehow. But maybe I'll miss, and you'll land on something soft.
What?
That actually does not sound very good, but here, let's try this instead. Yeah, punishing, I thought that would come out something different. Like, must seek reparations or something of the nature.
What are you doing here? Are you after something?
Great, after all that hard work that I did repairing all my crap.
Huh. I know you. I know you from somewhere.
Where do I know you from?
What?
Of course, my dream. You were in a boat made of bones, and I put a crown of thorns on your head.
There we go. That should be everything I need.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, we can try it.
Agree?
It's not worth it to me.
Very well, I agree.
Alright, after I repair all this garbage, I will save the game, because need to. Don't spend all that time just to actually get absolutely nowhere again. All because I keep making stupid mistakes. Plus, most of the words kind of leave things misleading, such as when it's basically when it said I have to punish you somehow, which I thought that meant that they were gonna, keep him in the town square to do, to pay penance. I guess is the best way to put it.
My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you not live in mine. Now, to the last. The sun he hides behind the clouds, his feet goes cold and his fire goes out. He's down the fishing boat's neck, he's down to the Try your best with respect, with his eyes and with his breath. So, from the beginning. The sun sets out across the sky, through the big well with the bold beautiful eyes. Looking very far, far away, looking very far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore, I buy a horse but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you must live as mine. Now, to the last one. The sun he hides behind the clouds, his feet goes cold and his fire goes out.
Alright, now to repair the sword after just damaging it, because all that black smoke meant that we were actually destroying it. So, here we go, blacksmith's kit. Yep, damaged it by 8 points. Still managed to sharpen a little.
He drowned the fish and broke its neck.
God be with you.
Wait, I thought I just repaired that.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Yeah, I don't have that much. Oh. Actually, what's this? Oh. A weak one. How sad. Actually, I wonder if I can help this guy out, since I am supposed to be a blacksmith.
Any chance of some work?
Well, come to think, there is one rather delicate matter to attend to. A while ago, a holy man came by here. He said he'd come from the Holy Land, and he was selling various relics he'd collected on his travels to pay his way.
I see.
Well, I heard he had some fragments of a sacred sword that once belonged to the fabled Czech Queen of Sheba. But by the time he reached me, he had no pieces left of the sword. All he had was some dubious wares, splinters from our Lord's cross, thorns from the crown, nothing of interest to me.
And where did the pieces of the sword go?
He sold them off to swordsmiths and blacksmiths hereabouts. They just keep them lying around at home for good luck. If I had them, I'd forge them back into a sword. Can you even imagine what power it would command? If you could get me all the pieces of the sword, I'd repay you very handsomely.
Are you sure the Queen of Sheba's a Czech queen?
Who else would she be? Have you not heard of her? Ask some priest. She's in the Bible.
Uh-huh. Isn't it a bit strange that some pilgrim would have something so valuable?
Are you suggesting you might have been lying? Well, people aren't to be trusted, but this is nothing to joke about. God would smite him in a flash if he made light of holy relics that way.
What kind of power did this sword have?
What do you think? It brought its bearer good luck in combat and protection from enemies.
Where can I find the powers?
Like I said, the smith hereabouts bought them from him. They say the largest piece is with the Ratai swordsmith. The bastard probably won't want to sell. But if you manage to swipe it somehow...
I could do with a sword like that. What if you sold it to me?
Well, everything has its price. But this one would be expensive. Getting hold of the bits is one thing. Forging them back together is quite another. That tinkerer from Ratai couldn't manage it.
Well, it does sound very interesting. I'll ask them and see what I can do.
Excellent. You'll see you won't regret it. I'll pay you well.
Well, I guess that sort of answers that little question, is should I go ahead and correct that? But nope, go ahead and did it for me. I wish I could actually sort these by sword types. That would actually be so much better.
His heat goes cold and his fire goes out.
I'm looking for pieces of a sword that a pilgrim from the Holy Land was selling. Would you happen to know anything about it?
I would. Of course I would.
Well?
It's a load of tripe. Only a fool would have given that trickster a single groschen, and I'm no fool. How about you?
But if he lied about that sort of stuff, it would be a terrible sin.
Don't be so gullible, lad. That bastard never saw the Holy Land, unless it was in a fresco.
Hmm.
You know the head they found near the scaffolding?
What about it?
Someone put it there on purpose. After they stuck horns on it to make it look sinister.
What a ridiculous thing to do. Who's responsible? And where did he find the skull?
I don't know, but I'll try to find out. Have you seen Leszek, the scaffolder?
I saw him. What do you want with him?
I want to talk to him about the head he dug up.
Really? That's interesting.
Why?
He asked me to meet him on the scaffolding tonight, so he can tell me something important. Said he wanted to confess something.
So he did have something to do with the skull. I knew it.
Maybe. But I'd wager someone made him do it. He doesn't seem the type to come up with something like that on his own. I'm planning to go and meet him. Will you come with me?
It will be safer with the two of us. I'll go.
Very well. We'll meet at night. If I'm not down at the bottom, then look for me at the top.
All right.
God preserve us.
Don't kill me. I'll tell you everything.
Who sent you?
It was the Master Builder's helper. Young Smola.
What? He was supposed to be here as well.
He isn't. He went to the mill nearby when he found out Leshak was hiding out there.
Fuck. Who are you?
I'm just a worker here. He told me that if I take care of you, then he'll forgive my debts. I didn't want to, but he forced me to do it.
What am I supposed to do with you? You tried to kill me.
I was aiming to miss, on purpose. I wanted to scare you off and then say I missed. Don't kill me, please.
I won't do anything to you. I'll leave you in the hands of the monastery law.
Thank you.
It was Moller, the master builder's apprentice.
Him? How do you know?
He sent someone to kill me, who confessed he was forced to do it.
That's a serious accusation. And this man he sent, will he testify?
He can. I hold him here. He'll confirm everything.
All right. I'll talk to him. And if he testifies...
And that's not even the end of it. Zmola's also set out to kill Leshek, who's hiding from him at the mill.
We have to stop that happening. I'll send the guards. I just hope they get there in time.
Let's save him! Okay, who would have thunk it? I get stuck in the bush.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, that was a little bit anticlimactic. Honestly, I was hoping for a little bit more.
What happened to you?
Those cumin devils killed my husband. Me and the children had to flee for our lives. To live in the woods, like wild beasts. So I beg here at the roadside. Nothing else is left to me. Be merciful, good sir. Wouldn't you have a little bit of food for me, sir? Even a crust of stale bread? I haven't eaten for days.
Food? Let me see. What about this?
Thank you, sir. Thank you 100-fold.
Well, I gave her grape juice. Better known as wine. Actually, here, I'm gonna... Is there any way I can change...
Pater Noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. We'll move on.
How are you?
Hey, wait a moment.
Apparently I'm super comfy. Like a true gamer, we all suffer from insomnia, where we only need fewer hours of sleep, even though we wouldn't mind sleeping for 14 hours a day.
Hey! Wait a moment.
Wait a minute, you're him, right? Well, the boy from Skalitz.
Greetings. What business have you?
I've got good news, sir. The source of the problem was inside the monastery. There was nothing more to it.
And the construction?
We'll continue. The master builder's helper was to blame for everything. With him out of the way, the work will run smoothly again.
That's good. You've accomplished your task admirably, Henry, and I should reward you for it.
Thank you, Sir Divish.
Hey, who's there?
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
I've got those hides you wanted.
Now that's what I call quality. That'll do me just fine. Here, you've earned a bit of coin.
Couldn't you use some hides?
I'm in need of boar hides, believe it or not. They don't make very good leather, but the cobbler uses it to make cheap shoes. And there's a lot of demand before autumn.
I've got those hides you wanted.
Now that's what I call quality. That'll do me just fine. Here, you've earned a bit of coin.
Couldn't you use some hides?
I need the hide of a sturdy roe buck. There's a wealthy merchant after one to hang on his wall. As if anyone would believe he bagged it himself.
I've got those hides you wanted.
Now that's what I call quality. That'll do me just fine. Here, you've earned a bit of coin. And like I promised, I'll teach you something. Are you looking for me? Henry, I'm glad you came.
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
Now we must go and see about another date with Teresa.
Could do with a bite to eat.
What are you doing, you murderer?
What on earth are you talking about?
I saw you looting the corpse.
I was finding out what happened here, so I could report it.
All right. All right. I suppose you're not the guilty one after all.
I'm glad you saw sense. We'll just have to report it to someone. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it. Could do with a bite to eat.
Over here. Please, sir. Help me.
What's happened to you?
I've walked all the way from Kuttenberg, but as you can see, I'm barefoot. My feet are frayed to the bone. Don't you have a strip of clean cloth for me, good sir, so I can swathe my feet at least?
Wouldn't you rather have shoes?
What do you mean, sir?
Just what I said. I'll give you a pair of shoes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I seldom meet such a good Samaritan. God shall repay you.
Anytime. Take care now.
Put on your new shoes, good sir. Let's see how they look. Why aren't you putting on your shoes? I thought your feet were flayed. Sir, where are your shoes? Oh, moving on. I know one of these guys ended up getting looped into the sword, whatever, so I might as well go ahead and talk with them.
be
Lord
with you,
watch
Henry.
over you, Henry.
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
I've heard that some pilgrim was selling off pieces of a rare sword. If you happen to have one, I'd be interested.
Did that sass-out dabbler send you here?
Why?
Why? Because there was nothing left for him. And now he's envious and wants some too. Well, he's out of luck. I do have it. I'm not selling.
Man, isn't there some way?
No way. Like I've already said, not a chance.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum super substantialem da nobis hodie, et dimite.
God save you.
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
Good God, you look terrible. Did someone attack you?
Maybe I should probably go to the tailor. Right, I forgot tailor's in the other direction.
Hey,
May the Lord
Henry.
watch over you, Henry.
I'm glad to see you. God be with you.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
I should say so. The bishop's vicar came to Ujits, and not even Sir Hanush knows what he's after in these parts. Something must be up, but I couldn't tell you more than that.
You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff. Is work keeping you busy?
Busy. I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off its hinges.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Scarlet's refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs, the problem's sharing them out fairly.
I understand. Everyone has mouths to feed.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself who'll do what. Will you help?
If you need help, I'll do whatever I can.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But ask around if you need to find out more.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers? That sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will know which of the Skalitz folk are best suited to the job.
How come that's such a cause for concern?
For one thing, they're afraid of me, and I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to make the right choice?
Oh, they're desperate. You can't blame them.
I don't, but I might end up picking some good-for-nothing who'll just booze his wages away.
Can you tell me anything more about the cook?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straightforward answer out of him. Maybe he's changed his mind.
What do I need to know about the water carriers?
We need 3. Right now, some of the burgers' hands are doing the job.
And they need to go all the way down to the river for water?
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill? It's not an easy job, but someone has to do it.
What can you tell me about the other carriers?
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them. Some places are overflowing.
Sounds disgusting. Why would anyone want the job?
If all else fails, I'll pay 2 groschen for every 1 I pay the water carriers. That might convince someone.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
I'm glad to see you.
Have pity on me, a poor wretch.
Wait, where's this guy? Oh, this way.
God save you.
I noticed some of the Skalitz men look like they've been in the wars. Has something happened here?
There's a local brawler who takes on all comers for bets. If you beat him, you get some silver. If you lose, you have to do his job for him.
Oh, I'll have to look into that. How are you coping?
As well as we can, Henry. You can be glad Sir Radzig took you into his service. I hear you even go hunting with Lord Capon.
I've been once. And I don't think it'll be happening again anytime soon.
Ah, it's a shame. Because I was going to ask a favor of you. I'm sure you know there's a lot of hungry mouths here, so I thought you might be able to help.
You mean you want me to bring you game from the woods? Are you mad? That's poaching.
No, that's not what I meant. It's the townspeople here who have a taste for game. They want to live like the nobility, see? A few of the burghers have been to see me already, to ask if we'd try our luck in the woods. They promised us supplies in exchange. Flour, lard, eggs, and the like. But we can't afford to take the risk of poaching. We're barely tolerated as it is. If one of ours got caught in the woods, they'd hang him from the nearest tree. But I was thinking, you're in Sir Radzig's garrison, and you go hunting with Sir Hans. You could help us.
Well, I got away with brawling with Lord Capon, so I don't suppose they'll string me up for a few hares.
Great, Henry. I really appreciate it. The local tailor was asking me about getting some hares to put on a feast for a visiting merchant.
All right. I'll bring you something.
Thank you. You'll be saving us from starvation.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
But what of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone. Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker or the executioner's servant?
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skalitz, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
But who should I talk to then? Where will I find them?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the Rathaus, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
Thanks. I'll go.
God save you, Henry.
Can we do something about the price?
Why not? Tough luck.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
How does life in Rattay suit you?
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms. And the bailiff is always on our backs, the bastard. But what can we do? We've got nowhere else to go.
Did you find out what actually happened?
What do I know? The lords are at each other's throats, but it's us that has to suffer for it. Same as always. I reckon they was after the silver mines, wasn't they?
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve someone else.
Merchant Hagen isn't just anybody.
I've heard of him, that he's a good Catholic.
Really? Well, yeah, sure he is.
Truly. People still talk about the lovely service he arranged for his wife's funeral.
So you wouldn't mind being his housekeeper?
Well, I don't know. What will Father Francis do?
Where's Father Francis now?
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was going to confession in Sasau. But that was before all these terrible things happened. I've heard no word of him since then.
Does he go to Sasau often? Where does he stay when he's there?
Not so often. About once a month. He always used to stay in the inn near the monastery, so he wouldn't have far to go.
I'll ask around about what happened to Father Francis. I'll let you know.
God save you! My God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see. Well, ask away then.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young? Nimble?
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry. I also heard there are vacant carrier jobs.
Yes, yes.
Good day,
I'm surprised it hasn't occurred to anyone sooner. It will certainly benefit the city if the burghers don't have to send their own servants.
It will benefit my people as well.
Of course, of course. It goes without saying.
Hey.
I also heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know...
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
What are you after?
Greetings, Henry.
Asparagus for taste and brew for what ails you. Right.
God save you, Henry. God save you. God save you, Henry.
Greetings.
Good people, come up close and have a smell. Fresh bread, and pour yourself a bit of
Welcome, Henry.
Man cannot live by bread alone, but he can't.
There's my horse.
Good health.
Henry, I'm glad you came. God save you. What can I do for you?
Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
First, you have to have some skills to hone.
Ouch. He hurt my pride.
I'll think it over.
God save
I'm
you,
glad
Henry.
you stopped by.
God be with you.
You're interested in carrying water?
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
What makes you so deserving? How did you make a living before this?
I was the owner of a mine.
Welcome, Henry.
Well, I had a lease on it. But in our line of work, it amounts to the same thing.
The chief, eh? But have you ever hauled a bucket of ore up a hill?
There's no hill in a mine. Just a shaft with a winch.
It's hard work carrying water.
So is taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share of hauling.
There's also the option of, emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent Christian.
True. That's why it pays double.
Double, hey? Well, that's not bad, but, for a man of my stature, no doubt there are more needy souls. Double.
How are you holding up in Rattay?
Not too well. I've tried offering my administrative abilities at the rat house, but the bailiff treats me like a peasant.
He's not an easy man to deal with, true enough. But if you show him what you're capable of...
Well, if he gives you a chance to show him...
And the bailiff complained he couldn't get a word out of you.
I refused to talk to him. Last time I did, he was vulgar, shouted and threatened to whip me. And then he comes and interrogates me.
Well, I can see how that would put you off him. That's enough for now.
You're just going to pretend I'm not here?
God grant you health. How may I help you?
You're one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock.
Henry,
There was more than enough
I'm glad
Peters
you
in the
came.
mines. And not just in the mines. So...
At the mines? So you're a miner?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft. And I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
I have no idea what their lordships plan to do about it.
All right. I just thought you might have heard something.
How badly do you want to carry water?
Well, right now there doesn't seem to be much work around for miners. And at least I can earn a few groschen.
It's not easy work, though. It's a long way to carry water.
Do you think it was easier in the mines? Digging through rock on your knees all day for months on end?
There's one more option. Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
But what would people say? I need money badly, but I couldn't go back to mining after that.
But it would be twice the pay.
The money would help, true enough. But what about afterwards? I don't want to be carrying shit all my life.
Hey, Henry's coming to see us.
No, it won't come to that. Sir Radzig will surely take care of things when he returns home. He won't forget the sacrifice you make.
I'm glad to hear that. If that's how it is, I'll even carry shit.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
How are you holding up?
You mean this here? Well, I've got feeling back in my arm again.
What happened to it, anyway?
That time in Skalitz. I was knocked down by a horse. But it's better now.
Look, I can see by the way your arm is hanging it's not healed.
God save you, Henry.
You can't carry water like that.
Well, come on. I owe money to the Sawbones and I need the work to pay for it. I'll give you anything you want.
Well, I could find something that will help you.
Anything.
Good day, Henry.
Here you go. This will help it heal better.
Thank you so much. How much do I owe?
How are you?
Oh, nothing. We Skalitz folk have to help each other out.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
The bailiff said he couldn't get a word out of you.
Well, he's not the most popular man around here, after everything that's happened. You can't blame us.
Maybe, but if you lot had just talked to him, I wouldn't have to run around dealing with this, and you'd all have a few groschen by now.
You might be right. But there's no point crying over spilt milk.
God be with you, Henry.
What would you give if I put in a good word for you?
Good word?
Sure. If I put in a good word for somebody to the bailiff, then that someone has a better chance.
But I haven't got a pot to piss in. I lost everything, and I'm in debt too.
God save you, Henry.
But I might know about an opportunity.
Oh? What kind of opportunity?
I heard about it at the mine, before Skalitz was raised.
Good day, Henry.
I'm not interested in rumours. Either you have something, or you don't.
But I really don't have anything.
Then don't be surprised if you don't get work.
But that's...
God save you, Henry.
That's enough for now.
Not talking to me?
You're here about the water carrying?
Ham, where do I get some pails?
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job. I have to ask you a few things first.
What for? I can handle the job. But ask away.
What trade did you do before?
I worked in the mines, at the winch. You've heard of Tonda the winch, right? Strong as a bull.
Ah, the name sounds familiar. You were one of the new miners, weren't you?
I was. I came last autumn. The winter was mild enough to work the mines, and I showed everyone I was a hard worker. So did I get the job?
We're not finished yet. Are you here because you want to carry water?
Well, I'd rather be back at the winch. Turning it so fast I'd make everyone's head spin. But now I want to carry water at least, since there's some money in it.
Well, there's also the option of carrying, shit.
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit around. And if anyone tries to make me, I'll break his legs.
Not talking to me?
I understand. I shouldn't have even asked.
Yeah.
Not talking to me?
And how are you holding up?
Not very well. I'll tell you that. I help out with something every once in a while and get some money for it. But it's not enough. Especially when the dice don't fall in my favour.
Sure. And have you tried looking for other work?
What for? They'll get the mines running again, and I'll have a real man's job.
And what about soldiering? That's real man's work, isn't it?
It is, and I'd be good at it. When I land a punch, you'd think you were kicked by a horse, which I once showed to a soldier I fell out with over a game of dice. Only, I'm too smart for soldiering.
No doubt.
Not talking to me?
I heard you lot don't want to talk to the bailiff.
I don't know much about that. The others didn't talk to him, so I kept my mouth shut as well. That's the way we do it at the mines. He didn't even really ask me anything anyway. Just mumbled something under his breath.
Hey, am I invisible or what?
What would you give me if I recommended you?
What could I give when I don't have a pot to piss in? All I have is a strong arm. Whenever I hit anything or anyone, they stay hit.
Well, if I get you the job, will you show me how to really hit someone hard?
I could. Deal then.
Deal. I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well, I hope he cheeses me. Otherwise, I might be very angry.
If you think I'm afraid of you, you're mistaken.
We'll see.
God bless. Can I help you?
You're here about the water carrying?
Aye. I can haul water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Skullets and ended up here.
Quite the factotum, aren't you? Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this and go and do that.
Pickman? That's your name?
Actually, my real name's Vassal, but they call me Pickman.
Is that German?
No. It's from when I was in the mines, digging with a pick.
Welcome.
So tell me, what was your trade before? Right. So you're keen on carrying water?
I've been keen on it since I got up this morning.
And you had another job before this morning, or what?
No. I was just joking.
Besides water, you could carry... you could empty latrines.
What? Carry shit? That'd be a new one for me. Though, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
How are you holding up, anyway?
What can I tell you? I've seen better days for sure.
What happened with the bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
That peacock, what was strutting up and down and shouting at everyone? He told me he'd no time to listen to a buffoon like me. So I shut my mouth.
Well, I could put in a good word for you, but you'll have to scratch my back, too.
Fair enough. Show me where it itches.
No, you dolt. It's just a saying. Like I do something for you, and you do something for me.
Ah, right. I see. Well, as it happens, I've got something great for you. Treasure you wouldn't dream of.
Treasure, you say? Right, you got my attention.
I see you're a smart man. A man who knows a thing or two about the world. I've got... Wait for it. I've got a piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Never heard of her. Who's she?
She was a great queen in ancient times. She gave Solomon a sword with magical powers.
Magical, eh? You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
No, it's true. It's in the Bible. And this sword, once it's put back together, nothing can stop it. It can cut through bones, teeth, even steel and stone.
I see. But you've only got one piece. What's that good for?
I couldn't get it all. The fellow I bought it off didn't have the rest. He sold off bits and pieces. They've got powers of healing, you see? And put strength in your... you know... manhood.
Hey, Henry's come to see you.
What do you say? Deal?
We'll shake on it. I'll get you the job, and you'll give me the piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Agreed.
Hey, am I invisible or what?
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Are you here on account of the water carrying?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see. All right?
Fine. Ask away.
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was Moimir. We had a farm near Scarlet's.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
I want to carry water.
That's all? You've nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too. But Ma says there's no use dwelling on it. Life must go on.
What happened with Bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him at all.
That's enough for now.
Not talking to me?
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs, not the bailiff.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might have something for you.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me, though. So I came here myself.
Be that as it may, I already have the people I need to carry water. And anyway, it's no job for a woman.
I'm strong enough to knock you on your arse, you pup.
Well, I just pissed her off.
I wouldn't beg you, mate. I'm from Skalitz and, well, you know.
Welcome,
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Good day, Henry. How are you, Henry?
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Can you teach me to be a better archer?
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
Can you teach me to be a better archer?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
I'd like you to show me some hunting tricks.
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
Let's talk about the price.
All right, so.
Are we agreed?
It'll take more than that to persuade me. Finally, a reasonable sum.
There we go. Alright, we'll quickly travel and see if we can find the priest. Ooh, chance for honor.
Have you got a little time to spare?
What is it?
I'd like to challenge you to a duel, sir. A little amicable combat.
That sounds interesting. But what shall we fight for?
Ah, so chivalry alone is not enough to tempt you.
No, sir. I'm drawn to more, glittering bait.
I see. Well, why not? Let us make it more interesting, then. I'll tell you what. I have a fine suit of armor, a horse, and a sword I won at dice. The horse and sword I can use, but the armor doesn't fit me well. I'll bet a piece of armor against a reasonable sum of groschen.
All right, why not?
I'm glad to hear it. Let's get to it, then. But a wager is a wager, so pay up. A good duel, sir. You fought with honor.
What was...
I've only got 2 hands.
Father, when do you plan to return to St. James?
I beg your pardon. Why do you ask, my boy?
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Rattay and doesn't want to work for anyone else. She's waiting for your return.
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but I'm not going back. Tell her I appreciate her concern, but to look out for herself now.
There, that's it.
Do you want something?
I'd like to ask a favour of you, Hal.
Of course. What is it?
I heard you're picking people to carry water. No one needs the job more than Antonia.
Well, Adam never mentioned any Antonia.
I'm not surprised. But Antonia really needs that job.
And what's wrong with her husband?
He was cut down in the raid, and he's not getting any better. And Antonia has no money for treatment.
Do you think she'll be able to handle carrying those buckets? It's quite far, and up that hill.
She's no princess. She's tough enough.
All right. I'll bear it in mind.
Bear it in mind? What does that mean?
It means I'll think about it. The bailiff has the last word.
Well, if he's got something against giving the job to a woman, then try and get Vincent in at least. He might not have anyone on their deathbed, but his mother has no one else.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Hey, where's your torch? You can't walk around here in the dark without a light.
Hey!
God save you, Henry. God be with you, Henry.
Okay, we'll quickly finish this quest, and I need to actually get set up for the Credit Crew Warframe Wednesday. So after I get done with this, we'll jump on over to that.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
What? How's it going?
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriers.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn business off my back. So how have you decided?
So, how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send for them?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry water or something else. Don't worry, I'll send for them.
Tonda. They call him the Winch.
The Winch. Ought to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Peter, better known as Rock.
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm? Well, what should he do?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next?
Antonia.
What? A woman?
Yeah, is that a problem? You never said it had to be only men.
I didn't, but I kind of assumed it would be clear. It's a long walk with a heavy load, man's work.
She can handle the job, have no fear.
Let's hope so. You'll have to answer to me if she can't. Where do we put her then?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next.
Vasil goes by the moniker of Pickman.
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Cornelius.
Ah, Cornelius. I had him here once looking for a job. Where do you want to put him? I'd like to see him with buckets of shit.
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
That's it.
Good. All decided. Now about the cook's job.
I'd like to talk to you again about that job. That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
Good day, Henry.
Beneath thy mercy.
I asked around in Sasau. Father Francis is doing well in Sasau. He has no plans to return to St. James anytime soon.
You talked to him? How is he doing? Doesn't he need his cassock fixed? He's always tearing it. There isn't a pew or a step he hasn't tripped over at one time or another.
I asked the abbot. He said they have work for him elsewhere and that St. James will have to wait.
Wait? I remember the last time. We had to go to Sasau for almost 2 years. I probably won't even live that long.
That won't be that bad. Meanwhile, you can work at Master Hagen's house and who knows? You might even find you like it.
You're probably right. What else can I do at my age? And the presbytery is too big for one woman alone.
So you agree you'll go and work for Hagen?
Isn't that what I just said? I'll go and do housekeeping for him.
You all know what happened there.
I chose a cook as well. Should I tell you or go to Hagen?
Tell me who you chose and I'll take care of it.
I chose old Agnes for the cook's job. I had a job convincing her, but it was worth it. She's the best cook around.
Glad to hear it. I'll have to drop in on Hagen for lunch sometime. Are you looking for someone?
Alrighty, so I think that should conclude for this part of my gameplay, since I do need to get ready for the Creating Crew Warframe Wednesday. So those of you that are interested, it's usually just me sitting in, filling in, and trying to get the rest of the community all together to join in for a little bit of Warframing. So I'll be sure to see you all again here at no later than the top of the next hour for some more Warframe. So that'll probably be going on for the rest of the night if I can find folks for it. Nonetheless, thank you again for tuning in, but please stay in chat to receive your in-stream bonus points, and I will catch you all in a bit.